talking about the Elseworlds crossover event for the Arrowverse on CW.
The quickest intro I've ever heard.
It was quick though, man. At least, with like those 5-minute intro videos,
I mean, do you want me to ramble? I can do rambling. So
maybe the next one. Maybe the next one.
Alright. So, Ren, where do you want to start?
We can start with how, we could discuss probably all the episodes, like what we like about it, what we dislike about it, and what we hope to see in the event that's after this.
The next year one?
Yeah, the Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Okay.
Yeah, that's happening, guys. Don't forget that.
Okay. So we have like 3 different perspectives here. We have yours, where you probably read the event before the crossover event on the TV show. And then you said, Phantom, you read the event in the comic books after you watched the crossover event in the TV show, right?
Yep.
And then I never read the comic book.
After
I've
told
only
you to.
seen the TV show.
When you told you.
Yeah,
no.
but guess what? We need 3 different perspectives on this.
Yeah, we do.
So we need the amateur porn star, the one that's kind of experienced, and then there's me.
The home video. No, I'm the home video.
You mean the biased comic book fan.
And we just got demonetized. Thank you, YouTube.
You're the one who mentioned amateur porn.
Hey, we're not. Nobody said we had a rating.
Nope. We have no filter on this.
Okay.
If your child doesn't know what that is.
So, where do we begin? I'm lost already.
We can begin with the Flash episode.
Okay. Was that the first one, or was
that was the first one. Then Arrow,
Okay.
then Supergirl, the finale.
Okay. Oh, because Supergirl and Flash switched days temporarily for that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, the Flash one was kind of wow.
It was a weaker start, but honestly, I feel like when I first saw it, I was excited. But when I took a second viewing of it, I was like, yeah, I could see how this one was the weakest out of the bunch.
Out of the bunch, yes, it was really good when I first watched it to begin with, and I really liked and I enjoyed the lightheartedness that Oliver got to experience during that episode, because you don't see it a lot in any of the other things. So
no, because Arrow had to be dark and gritty like Batman. I mean Arrow.
I really just wanted a Robin Hood TV show, to be honest. So when it came to Arrow, just wanted to be like Robin Hood.
Because I'm like, out of the bunch, it was like, yeah, it was cool to see it, but at the same time, it was like it feels like everything we've seen it before. We've seen Superman and we've seen Supergirl, but we didn't know it was in a Smallville universe.
So it's not.
There's a theory going on around that though, because they put in the nostalgia of the theme and the scenery, how Smallville started, and then the Kent house and the Kent farm.
There's just no way for it to be the exact same universe as the Smallville one. I can see the universe that the older Barry Allen came from, the one that we saw in the preview for the event.
Yeah,
I can see that one being
Smallville's Green Arrow's dead there.
And you can see his actual outfit and everything, but there's no way that the Earth 38 is Smallville.
The thing is, it's like that universe is so conjumbled of different universes.
Yeah, we saw Captain Cold.
Yeah.
Citizen Cold. We saw Huntress. We don't know which Huntress that is. We don't know if it's the Birds of Prey Huntress or the Arrow Huntress, because she hasn't made an appearance in the show yet after Flashpoint happened. The Captain Cold I mentioned, though, that's the Flash from the 90s Captain Cold, not the one everybody knows about, that one they want back. And we saw both Hawkman and Hawkgirl on there, dead.
Mm-hmm. Their masks.
Possibly Jesse Quick, a Brainiac from the Smallville universe, probably. The Ray from Earth X. I think I named everybody. Oh, Firestorm I don't know which version. I don't know if it's Jack's.
It wasn't the one that
or-
we had.
Oh, it's not. So it's probably the Smallville.
Yeah,
Smallville.
because
Firestorm, since they had that comic. Of season 11.
a lot of evidence support that it's not the one we have. A, he's not African American. B, that our Firestorm no longer exists because it split. They split, and the original one part died. So that ruled him out. So it had to be the Smallville one.
No, the Smallville Ronnie.
Exactly, because it's like there's too much evidence supporting that it's not him.
Yeah.
So, anyways, the first episode, the Flash one, it's slow. There's not a lot of, I would say, action. It's more along the lines of feeling how this crossover event is going with what's happening to Barry and Oliver, and how it's trying to explain what's happened to them as opposed to going just into the event directly and working on fixing it. So they're trying to set up a base of explaining what's happening to them explaining it to other people, and then finally going in at the end for action to try to fix the issue.
Because it's essentially basic world building. We got our two characters that we're going to follow throughout. We got our villain. We got the villain that being manipulated, and we pretty much got the two universes it's going to take place in. And what it did was it set it up, but even toward the end where we got all the action, I feel like that was the strongest part.
Mm-hmm. But the thing is that I feel like with the fact that it's a mainstream TV show, they needed that time to fully flesh out the concept and explain it to people who are just coming into this and is not used to comic books just going bam, 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 right there.
I fully agree with you. Wait, give me 1 second. Yeah, I had to wait for the plane to pass by, and it's still passing. Hear that guy? That's a plane. But no, one thing I have to give them props for with this first episode, definitely how in the beginning Barry and Oliver weren't really feeling it, but towards the end when they had to be the role that they were given, you start to notice that Barry had a more darker and very, I'd say, more animalistic way of dealing with it, because he's legit.
Yes.
He wasn't where he was where we need to show mercy or anything. He was like, no, in this shit now.
The air persona is actually taking over him, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So because what's happening is that they're feeling the personality and the abilities that the other person has without actually having lived through the experiences they had to get to that point, which is what the last episode does. Is it tells you, it gives them a perspective of what the other person had to live through to get to the point where they are. But in the first episode, you're just getting a feel for how it's going to happen, and they had to make it down like in layman's terms to the average audience, and it really worked. I personally, like I said myself, I never read the crossover event in the comics, but I am familiar with comics to the point where I know I can understand these concepts better because I'm used to them. So I understand why they had to do it this way and why that episode was a little bit slow to begin with, like I was explaining to Phantom.
Because it's like when even in comics they start off a bit slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the comic it definitely started off a little slow and then it picked up, and that's what I like, that it was like a slow gradual build, but it wasn't like, oh my god, I'm fucking bored. It's more like, okay, I need to read what's going on next so I understand what's going on, like the concept of everything.
Yeah, and it does give to the idea that you do need to have a little bit of build up to it. I feel like just that the episode itself had to be almost all build up to get across more, while as opposed to they could have just built up for the first half of the episode and the rest of the half of the episode was action and working on it, if they were just catering to people who only read the comics, you know.
Even me and Ren, like, we were looking at it together and we were like, it was a dope episode, but then when we looked at the second one and the third one and everything else, we were like, okay, I see where it's better.
Yeah, the second episode picked up superbly. Like, whew, it went off. And my girlfriend was in it, so we're always gonna be a little bit happy about that.
Did everybody laugh at Oliver's jealousy first showed up in that
Oh.
episode of Batman? Saying, "Oh, it's just a myth." It's
Oh
not real.
no! The best part of his jealousy was in this Flash episode where he stuff Dix's when Superman comes in. Did you just puff up your chest? Oh my god, that was the best one. Sorry, continue.
It's just funny though, like seeing Oliver jealous, like thinking, "Oh, I'm the first vigilante," and we're like, "You're the first show of a vigilante. You're not the official vigilante on Earth 1."
He's the first mainstream vigilante who
Yeah.
wasn't considered a myth
Yeah.
a lot, and he's now definitely not in the Arrow TV show, which I've not kept up with, so I did not realize.
So let's move on to the Arrow episode where we got to probably see the main reason we saw this freaking crossover in there.
Mm-hmm.
Was it because my baby was in it?
Everybody's baby was in it.
My baby.
Hey, we can share.
Fucking Batwoman.
We know which one she would go for more, though. Let's
Yeah.
be real.
Yeah,
Let's be real.
Yeah, we'll discuss that at the
No,
end of
because
this
you
part.
don't
of the
have
episode.
that little dangly thing at the end of the legs.
Nope, and that's why she loves me.
So, how did everybody like the how they met her? Yeah.
I like how they met her. I feel like the whole Batwoman portion of the episode was kind of like, oh, come along, afterthought.
Yeah,
Rin, you're gonna have to excuse me for the volume, but that shit was hype!
that episode.
Oh, yeah,
to
it
be
was
honest,
good.
that episode, to be honest, was better than the Flash episode.
Yeah.
Oh,
There
yeah.
was there was a lot going on, but they structured it really well.
So many Easter eggs too, towards
Yeah.
Batman.
That's what I enjoyed the most, because I was like, wait a minute. It was just so fun watching it with you, and we were pointing out shit as it was happening.
Mhm.
Yeah, especially a big reveal that it's actually top trend right now. The hype of it, which we'll discuss after the Batwoman thing. But the way Ruby Rose actually portrayed Kate Kane was actually spot on in the comics. You know, like this laid back kind of attitude, tough personality that Kate has. You know, it kind of select the military persona of her. She was in the military before, you know, she
Uh-huh.
returned to Gotham City. They lack that. Like, the whole thing, how, you know, she doesn't want to get involved, but she has to get involved because it's her city. You know,
Yep.
Bruce Wayne's gone after 3 years, and you know, there's all these theories going around. What happened to Bruce Wayne? Why you put me in Batman?
Which speaking of, is there any theory to how long she's been active
No,
as Batwoman?
there isn't, because she's already has a suit and all that. I think she's been doing it a while.
You know how to use the gadgets already?
Yeah, the way that she used the grappling gun.
Which
Her
I'm
martial
sure
arts.
she either has her dad giving her the connection, or somehow she's in contact with Alfred.
That's the only
to get
thing.
that.
Also with Lucius Fox Jr., like that scene where she says, "Oh, I know someone who could, you know, hack and all that," and people are like, "Who is it?" And it's like, "It's Lucius Fox Jr. It has to be Lucius Fox Jr. Batman."
Well, or, and hear me out, it could be Oracle. Like,
Maybe.
legit Oracle.
Well,
Like,
Barbara
legit
Gordon.
Oracle.
Barbara Gordon is not good with like, you know, modifying devices and discovery, but she's good at like
Hacking and stuff.
hacking and facial scanners, records and all that. But Lucius Fox is
Yeah.
the one that could like hack a gadget and see what's wrong with it and what's inside of it.
Well, here's the thing: is it wouldn't be the first time they've done that, though.
Yeah.
In regards to changing a character's abilities slightly to modify.
But
the
they
outcome.
go to get the core concept of the character. She's a computer whiz. Well, you need someone who can build.
I just like
Yeah.
when they enter Wayne Enterprises and Oliver's still salty of the Batman thing, and he's like, "Oh, I won't compare myself to Batman. Batman's badass."
And looks over at Oliver and smirks like a little asshole.
Hey, that's what Oliver gets for shooting him with the arrows.
Mm-hmm.
I felt there was a lot of like hostility towards them, but you could see they, even when they work together, you can see like, okay, well, you can do this, I can do that. And it wasn't even Barry who supposedly was Oliver who was mad. It was more of the original Oliver that was mad.
And we all could agree that Kara and Kate were flirting.
Oh, fuck yeah. There was some serious flirting going on, and not even just on
How
that.
dare you disrespect my wife?
There's no disrespect. They were just straight up like, she straight up x-rayed her and saw her tattoos and commented about it too. Like, come on. Okay. Sorry, no straight woman would do that.
Even Kate said it too. She goes, yeah, those are not the only tattoos I have. You know, her arm.
We know she would. We know she would flirt.
Oh yeah.
But Kara did it back, and there's
Kara is bi-curious.
Yeah.
Let's just say
she's bi-curious. That's real.
Yeah.
she's like, I'm just a bit curious.
I mean, did everybody see that statue they had? The statue bust in the office.
Oh yeah, that's the original entrance to the Batcave statue thing, right?
Yeah, from the 60s, like just lift the head up and the red button. That's there. Now, the asylum scene was, I think, the best part of it, where they're breaking into there, beating up everybody, and then we see some familiar villains in there.
And speaking of this, because there's some, and excuse my language, some dumb niggas that don't get it. No, it is not in the Batman Begins / Nolan verse.
Nope.
Just because the Bane masks look similar does not mean they're in the same universe.
It's just a homage that he fought in Bane.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's the same thing. This is why I know for sure that intro to the Save Me song, whatever, is just a homage, not actually indicating that this is the Smallville universe. Because they did the same thing in the next episode where they had Bane's mask that was the exact one from the Nolans, but it's not the Nolan verse.
Also, they have Arnold Schwarzenegger's Batman and Robin, Mr. Freeze gun that Nora Furious had. She was fighting Killer Frost.
Because again, and not just that, they did hint at Mr. Freeze, because Nora Fry is his wife. She was the one who picked up the cold. Because she picked up the cold gun, she used it, and she was pretty proficient in it. Are you explaining this?
Yeah, but after I muted the mic on the software so it doesn't record me explaining it. But the cells, I saw that there was Oswald Cobblepot on there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the Riddler was on there too, last I checked. I remember the episode. I don't know what else was on there because it was really fast. Oh, Pamela Isley was on there, Poison Ivy.
Yeah. The name of the guy who's one of the directors is on there too, right?
The one who did the other crossover. He didn't do this one. Yeah. They did that. And what else was on there? Oh, Scarecrow's toxin was on there.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually the reason they fought.
It was legitimately used.
Oh yeah, the fear toxin was what made them fight each other, see their greatest fears, which was Arrow was Malcolm Merlin, the Archer, and Barry's Reverse Flash. And all it took was a kick to knock him out, knock him away by Batwoman.
Nah, Batwoman did more than that.
She broke their pride.
Arrow got the easiest out of all of them. Barry got legit clotheslined.
You gotta think though, you understand that they got their pride broken by her.
She was like, hold up, let me just handle this real quick. Because honestly, I feel like they portrayed Batwoman the best way they could. But it just kind of makes me more, I want Batman. Okay, I want Batman.
See, that's the problem I have, is because we technically, thematically wise, we already have a Batman.
Yeah.
So
thanks, Green
we
Arrow.
don't really need another one there. And this is also an issue that I'm going to have with Batwoman, I feel like, is that we don't need another thematic Batman-like character. But I feel like they're probably going to address her a little bit differently than they do Oliver. So maybe I'll have to see for sure, but those are my reservations about Batwoman itself.
And to those who are listening, Batwoman has villains herself. She could borrow Batman's villains too, because they're the same damn family. I mean, Arrow borrowed so many Batman villains. You know, nobody wants to see repeated freaking Archers.
They're going to have to address her differently than they do Oliver.
Yeah.
They will have to
the tone's gonna be different.
They have to, or I won't be interested in watching, because I've already stopped watching Arrow. Yeah. So
it's basically probably be like the opposite of Supergirl. You know, the same tone as Supergirl has, but like a little darker.
Kind of like how Alex acts a little bit in Supergirl.
Yeah, exactly, like that.
Mm-hmm.
Which,
then it's also going to be.
I'm sure everybody that knows that Batwoman's a lesbian favorite is like, oh, is she gonna flirt with Alex yet?
Well, we do know that there is an Alex on her Earth.
Yeah.
Now, it's been officially canon as there's an Alex on that Earth. It wasn't just for the because all the characters that were there were people that were only of Earth 1, right?
Yeah.
And then the guy changed himself to look like Superman. So.
Yeah, but it was fixed afterward. Which Supergirl, we saw the record, but also we forgot to discuss the big thing that everybody was hyping about, which I kind of disliked too: the screen time of the '90s Flash. He didn't have that. They kind of hyped him up too much, and to where he didn't have that much of like a appearance on there. But how he mentioned to John Diggle, he goes, "You're not wearing your ring." It's been confirmed that John Diggle is John Stewart on Earth 90 as the Green Lantern.
Yep.
That's honestly amazing to me. Because here's the thing, I grew up with the John Stewart Green Lantern.
John Stewart was my Green Lantern too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the funny thing though, like everybody, like Arrow's been teasing that because his name is John Diggle, he has military experience. John Stewart has the same thing in New 52 Comics. His military experience, and they wanted John Diggle to be a Green Lantern so bad because we're getting in a costume, but it's not Green Lantern. But there's a possibility we might see Green Lantern in Crisis on Infinite Earths.
They want Green Lantern and Arrow, but then they get mad because it's like the Green Lantern from the movie with the
honestly, I think it's just a throwaway line. I don't think they're actually planning to bring Green Lantern in.
But yeah, they say they want it, but then when they look at the TV budget and they see that it looks exactly like the CGI in the movie, then they're gonna complain. Which,
speaking of the movie, when I went to go watch it, well, my first thought was, who the fuck is this? This isn't Green Lantern, because my only Green Lantern I was aware of was the John Stewart one. I was like, why did they make him white?
It was like, I knew there were different ones, and I knew that one was Hal Jordan. I was like, Ryan Reynolds did not fucking look like Hal Jordan.
No.
At the time, my only connection with the Justice League was the cartoon. So, everything I knew about them was that, and so I was so confused. Second of all, they're going to be making the Green Lantern Corps movie. Like, that's a thing. That's legit right now, right?
It's not really that legit. There's no fucking script. There's no director yet. There's so many.
Well, I thought they just hired somebody for a script.
No, that's what they said. Here's the thing, though. The reason why, since people are getting confused with the whole Superman ordeal that's going on, like, season 1, we were honey-dipped of Superman. We see shadows, his hand, no suit.
The big guy, all the other names they could call him besides Superman, and they barely even use the word Clark. Yeah. I don't even think I used it in season 1.
And then season 2, we finally get our Superman, which is Lizzy's husband.
My husband.
And everybody loves him. Everybody loved him.
I love him.
Episode.
Did that make me and her cousin, because Supergirl's my waifu for lifeu?
Sure. Family.
Anyway, now we got more screen time of him, but we want to mention the ending of Supergirl. How, the big thing that I had to argue with somebody saying, oh, it's not going to happen, but my words were shut my goddamn mouth again. We are getting fucking Jonathan Samuel Kent. Fucking Superboy.
So, first, woo! What happened to Super Sons? Where's the other one? I want it! I want that show!
Fun fact, Damien should exist already if they're going to do 40-year-old Bruce Wayne.
No. We haven't really even talked about the Supergirl episode, have we?
We've touched it a bit.
Yeah.
Like we dipped our toes into it a little bit.
Like,
Let's do that first.
Yeah.
Let's talk about.
yeah. Because honestly, that one was the second best episode of the whole thing.
And yes, Oliver's gonna die. But the funny thing is, everybody's like, "Oh, he's gonna die in the show." He died in the freaking. He died in the event too in the comics, along with so many people.
Supergirl died in the comics.
Exactly.
So,
That's what when Superman said that. You know, I saw Barry and Howard dead.
Okay, but listen. So, I like that. I like him sacrifice himself to get the better shows running because Arrow is, in my own opinion, and maybe it's just because I don't watch it anymore. Arrow is dying.
Yeah.
So, like the show itself is dying. So he just needs a cleanup.
and there
So-
is
Okay, go ahead.
and there is a lot of these. I'm not gonna lie, there is a lot of superhero TV shows, so one's gonna have to go. And Arrow isn't as. It wasn't what it used to be. Definitely wasn't what it used.
Well, yeah, it was good. I'm gonna say it was good for its first 2 seasons. I loved the first 2 seasons.
I couldn't get into it the first season.
And that's about it. I liked it because for the first season at least, Oliver was kind of on his own most of the time, except for getting help from 1 or 2 people at a time. And you got a real sense of purpose for the entire first season, and the storyline was very well drafted and all that good stuff. And the second season kind of picked up and was like, we're going to introduce Barry Allen. Just, it's a whole bunch of good stuff was happening in the second season too. Then the third season just sort of went downhill. Yeah, and then like I heard there was a season where it picked up, like I think maybe the 5th season or something. But I stopped watching after season 3, 4. Which one was the one with the Damien? No.
Rise out.
No, the magic guy.
Damien Dark.
Okay.
That
yeah.
was like 5 or something like that. No, 4,
Okay,
4
so
or
then
5,
I-
when Constantine came in.
Well, yeah, that's the last season I watched. And I'm sure the one with Prometheus was amazing or whatever. I didn't watch that. I didn't care to watch it. And I still don't care to watch it now.
Except I tell everybody, I'll watch Arrow again if I see Dick Grayson on there. That's the only way I'll watch it again, because they keep teasing it on there too. Just like they did with Batman and the last season that came out. They throw in the Bruce Wayne name, meaning that he existed, and then now it's confirmed he actually does exist in the crossover.
Mm-hmm. And I was surprised that Batwoman was on Earth 1. I was really surprised. I really thought she was going to be on Earth 38.
Because the way they talked about it, I was like, oh, it's Gotham, and then I was like, wait a minute, Supergirl has their own Batman, unless they have a different vigilante they're talking about.
No, it's Batman. It's got to be Batman.
It's Batman.
Yeah, but why did Kara look like she was confused about it? While she was listening to Baker, arguing about it.
I don't know, the vigilante you've been talking about for a whole, couple seasons doesn't have a penis.
No, she knows. She knows. She was fishing. That's what she was doing. She was fishing in the entire second episode. She was saying little comments here or there, bringing up items and talking about them, and she knows who Batman is. So once she revealed that she was related to Bruce, Kara was like, okay, and went from there.
Well, yeah, remember she's a reporter too.
Well, but Kara already knows. She wasn't acting like she was fishing for answers because she didn't know and was trying to figure something out. She already knew about Batman. She just wanted to know what her connection was to Bruce Wayne. The Batwoman's connection was to Bruce Wayne.
So
and once she figured that out,
yeah.
then she found out she was Batwoman. Then she let loose that she knew.
So what do everybody think of Injustice Superman?
See, I was really looking forward to it until I found out that underneath Tyler Hoechlin's hot face in this show is that ugly mullet dude. I couldn't handle it anymore.
Dr. Destiny.
This man said, this isn't your world anymore, it's mine. And that shit gave me chills.
Yeah, that gave me chills when I saw the trailer, and then when I saw the episode, it gave me chills. Like, that's the Superman we should have seen in Justice League.
This
That
man.
hurt me so much. I was like, oh, the black suit is on TV.
Well, it's not even just like.
Why Warner Brothers can't go by this?
That's the thing, though. It wasn't Superman. Though.
We
it
know,
was
we
a
know
bad
that.
guy
Yeah, we
looking
know
like
that.
Superman. So it shouldn't have given you chills because it wasn't. It was still not a properly covered version of Injustice Superman.
Yeah.
It was just the impact on
No,
how
it's the way he had the whole setup, you know.
Oh, Tyler Hoechlin did a good job. It's just that I didn't feel it because I already knew who was behind that face, and so I was like, ugh.
I didn't let that
If they
take
had
away
done
the
it-
excitement of it, though, for me.
If they had done it so that you found out at the very end, I would have been better about it. I would have felt better about it.
It didn't even show how. It didn't even show us how Oliver figured out it was not their destiny. He just like it sounded like he took a huge
I
gamble.
think it was the monitor that told him. Because the monitor is one thing was like you have to learn that.
Either way,
Oh,
because it was McGee guy, I could not. As soon as I found out it was him, I could not take that character seriously anymore. The entire episode. So, I felt like that was ruined for me. If it was just that, it feels like it was just a random Superman. You didn't know where he came from or how he got there, and then it revealed it at the end. So it would have felt entirely better.
It would have been cooler if it was Bizarro, because I remember their regular Superman and that Superman were fighting, and then the girl said, "Oh, what a Bizarro!"
All I know is that the whole time I was saying, beat his ass, Superman, beat his ass.
Mm-hmm.
And a friend of mine threw in because he actually was at the panel at a convention where Tyler was at. You know, they did nerf Superman in this show,
Yes.
and
He shouldn't have
Supergirl
been-
too, and Supergirl too got nerfed.
But the thing is that they were nerfing Superman by throwing Lois Lane in there, and that's very very accurate.
Well, it's not that. It's just like if you recall, like in the animated series for Superman, he was really depowered. Lightning hurt him, and if a human tossed a box at him, it hurt him. I'm like, what the hell is this shit? This is not Superman.
This isn't the Superman I remember.
But this would be perfect for a TV show Superman to be nerfed like this, because it's gonna cost a lot of money making an overpowered character. You won't have no sympathy for him. He won't have any weaknesses.
I don't know. I didn't feel like he was that nerfed in this crossover event. He was definitely nerfed in Supergirl when he was in the show episodes that he was in, but in the crossover event, I didn't really feel it. I felt like it was more like he was playing it safe because Lois was there, kind of thing.
Either that, or he just didn't want to break the other Earth.
Yeah.
That too, because he definitely was. There wasn't Superman on that other Earth or Supergirl, so.
Because if we want to get technical with science, it's revealed in one of the DC comics that every Earth vibrates at a certain frequency. We don't know if Flash's Earth can handle the strength that Superman can actually do.
We know that the vibration,
the whole vibrations of dimension could tear apart.
We know that the vibrations are canon in the Arrow universe as well too, in the TV shows, because it was something that was entirely brought up in the second season of Flash. Yeah, so it's also canon in there as well. So that could be accurate to why he didn't want to act out too much.
Because it's already been confirmed in either comics or the movies or whatever. Everything we watch and read isn't in the same universe.
Yeah.
So the frequency probably that was
That's why
one.
Titans is not a universe.
Exactly. Probably
Titans
is.
is its own universe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be freaking real with you. It's gotta be. There's no way to cross it over as far as I can tell.
Like there's too much shit that goes on in Titans.
Maybe in Earth 38, just because there's not a lot of exploration of Earth 38.
Yeah, but here's the problem with that
very
though.
slim.
After we discuss
Very
this,
slim.
This event, it's Elseworld. So overall, what did everybody think about the baby confirmation?
I was happy, but then I was also sad, and here's why. And I was talking to you about this yesterday, Ren.
Yeah.
Here's why I was sad. Because this episode basically just confirmed that, one, they did not leave it open for him to have his own TV show for Superman. So they're not going to do that. Unless they, for some reason, make him come back early from Argo City, they're not going to have Superman have his own TV show. He's already confirmed he's going to be gone for more than 9 months. Longer than just for the baby to be born. So there's that. 2, if the baby is born, we're probably going to see it in 1 episode, and that's about it. Okay? And that's an if the baby is born. Hopefully they don't get too dark with it and they're like, Lois lost the baby.
Also we'll find out if they can do anything with Henry Cavill Superman. That's the whole reason why Tyler has so much screen time as Superman compared to the Supergirl season.
And why they were able to cast the Lois Lane.
Yes.
Which, hold on. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
I have one thing I would like to say. The actress who plays Lois Lane, I don't like her, not because of her personality, but because of how she acted in Grimm when she was playing a character in Grimm. That character made me hate the actress, and I don't usually hate actresses or actors after a character they play, but it's like because I hate her because she refused to leave that show, and now when she's Lois Lane, I can't like her. I can't. Okay, there's that. So I have a bias. Against Lois Lane, is what I'm saying. So don't ask me for my opinion.
Overall, what do we give this rating for this crossover compared to other crossovers we had in the past?
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. Better than the last one for sure.
I give it the same rating. It has the same excitement, but it lacks some stuff. But
yeah.
Though we're getting a much bigger event next year, which is kind of weird that we're gonna get it right in the fall when usually crossovers happen in December.
You don't know why it's happening so early? Legends might be getting canceled.
That's a good point.
Or Arrow.
Legends isn't that great, and how you do that is, well, we couldn't include it in this crossover because they were locked in time.
Yeah.
What if them continuously fucking up finally gets us fucking screwed?
Or Arrow as well, because they could have it that Oliver dies in that crossover event and then Arrow's canceled.
But Arrow still gets good ratings though.
It does.
Legends of Tomorrow doesn't.
Yeah,
it does get good ratings because
it's only good this season of Legends because Constantine's on there. That's the only reason for me I see it as a good season.
Because I'm like,
I just feel bad for the guy that plays Constantine because he's doing an amazing job and the character's a good character, but he does some shows and they get canceled.
Yeah. But overall, people are going to die on Crisis on Infinite Earths. We might see other Earths and maybe explanation of what happened to Earth 90 and where Barry went from Earth 90 because that's the last time we saw him. He went poof. And I don't think the Monitor killed all those characters that we saw. It was something that he created to give somebody the book. Just like...
So question.
Okay, go ahead.
The whole, there's 52 other Earths and then Earth X. That's just been canceled completely and now there's just Infinite Earth.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I don't remember when that happened, but I just wanted to
The thing is,
talk
though,
about
Earth
that.
1 is not going to be harmed. It's going to be Earth 38. In the comic, it was revealed that Earth 2, which was Helena Wayne was from, Dick Grayson was never Batman, still stayed Robin even as an adult. They're from there. And Jay Garrick was from that Earth too. The end result of it is that Earth was destroyed. Earth 2 was destroyed along with other multiverses, and it was only one Earth, which was Earth 1. So what I think is going to happen with this event is they're going to merge Earth 1 and Earth 38 into one whole Earth. And if I remember correctly, wasn't Harrison Wells' Earth 2 been destroyed?
Yeah.
Destroyed?
There's multiple Earths where Harrison Wells' Earth has been destroyed. The one there where we got the quirky one that we liked in the last season that died, Iris.
That was not Earth. That was not Earth 2. That was some other Earth. Yeah, Earth 2. Harrison Wells got his intelligence wiped out.
Yeah, his Earth 2 was destroyed. He's now living on Earth 3 with Jay Garrick.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it was good. They don't have a home anymore.
When did Earth 2 get destroyed? I don't remember that.
I remember it being mentioned.
It was destroyed.
No, it wasn't. I'm gonna look this up.
Alright, look at that while we discuss more. But some characters will die, and I don't know that Black Lightning's gonna join in because one of the showrunners said that it's his own thing, like Titans. It's like, I don't know, because Black Lightning mentions Supergirl, mentioned metahumans.
But to them, they're comic books.
Yeah.
Because
we don't know what Earth Black Lightning is on. People are saying it's the same Earth as Supergirl, but it's like Supergirl has not mentioned Black Lightning, hasn't mentioned a vigilante with lightning powers.
Exactly, because
in the legends, we don't know.
Vixen's mentioned in Black Arrow. Black Arrow. Black Lightning. Kill me, guys.
God damn it, guys! You just gave DC ideas.
We're thinking too much of this. That's going to kill us off. But anyway, people are going to die. Batwoman, of course, is going to join this because Psycho Pirate was revealed in the Elseworlds thing, and he's a major part of the Elseworld, the Infinite Crisis.
But how do we know she's going to live?
Yeah, she's going to live. Superman may end up arriving if Kara sends like letters to him of what's going on Earth. Because I think that's the only way Superman knows.
How do we know she's gonna live? Is because something you guys brought up, which was you can't have too many Bat characters.
Yeah.
And as many people like Batwoman, how do you not know they're gonna have a better Batman in the no show? You gotta remember, these people can take liberties with what they do.
Yeah.
Characters that we don't know, they can kill off all of the Flash cast in a minute, and there's nothing we can say about it because it is their show. So again, going back to what you guys said about there not being too many Bat characters,
so we're not talking
people are going to pick over Batwoman or Batman in an Infinite Crisis.
We're not talking about Bat characters like Batwoman, Batman, Batgirl, that kind of stuff. We're talking about
Batman
the thematic theme of the character. We already have Oliver filling in that role. That's the reason why they made Oliver so dark, is because they could not do Batman as a TV show.
Because of the damn movies.
Yes.
But the movies aren't doing so well.
And also Fox owning the licensing right.
True.
Which might come to the end after Gotham, hopefully. Because Titans has Batman, and I don't know how that's going to work out. But it's like what I said earlier about the Superman thing. The reason why Tyler got so much screen time and was able to play Superman was because Warner Brothers has no plans with having Cavill Superman at all.
But Warner Brothers has many to do stuff with the Batman universe. Many plans.
And they
and
did
not
say,
just that, when something gets bought, the rights go back to its original owner, which means that the license can go back to Warner Brothers and they can do what they want with him. The Disney deal is almost done, which means the license can go back right before Gotham is canceled. They have to finish Gotham. That's an obligation.
Yeah, because they have to finish that. But the thing is, they're still gonna have the Alpha show. But moving on, the reason why Fox was able to have Gotham, they asked permission from Warner Brothers, like, hey, can we do a Batman style show? But it's before Batman. And Warner Brothers like, you know what? Yes, if you let us have Batman 60s and turn it to a Blu-ray set. That was part of the deal. And
so it was a trade-off.
Yeah, so Stephen Amell was begging producers, can we do something from Batman, like throw a name or something or some kind of mention, and they said, yeah, sure, just do that. And he had another idea for how he could fit into the universe. I guess he's the one who sat down with Grant Gustin and Melissa Benoist and other people about throwing in Batman in it, because they were begging Warner Brothers if they could use Batman more, but not make an appearance, only through mentioning and Easter eggs. And a Batman show will not work out for CW because we already, like Lizzy said, we already have one. We have Arrow.
That's true.
Yeah, but we don't know how Batwoman's gonna work out. We don't know if it's gonna be like I said earlier.
Like I said, I have reservations. I have reservations because I'd be worried about her being too close thematically. The feel of the show to Arrow in that respect, because Arrow's already been.
I'm gonna have to reread Batwoman again. See how it could work.
So Red, I sent you something.
Oh, all right. So.
Because you have to remember, popularity also plays a huge part in what happens in these shows. That's a major given.
Which is unfortunate because not all the time, and CW has this issue that I feel like they really need to fix. Is they have this issue where if a show is really liked by the fans, they will just keep going and going and drawing it out.
Natural still going on.
Exactly. Exactly.
So Supernatural. Wait, I'm just gonna say this right now, just so I don't piss anybody off. I don't hate Supernatural. I love the show.
I love
Yeah.
the show. But the thing is, after season 6, it was going to shit.
No, not even season 6. After season 5 ended, because season 3 was the original part that was going to end, but fans pushed for it to go further. So they did 2 more seasons, and they were going to end it after season 5, which was the end of it, where Sam goes into the pit to take down Lucifer.
And also
right?
was the writer who wrote the show quit.
Yeah, so that should have been the point that it should have ended. That or when it ended at season 3, because those are 2 very good ending points. Season 3 ended with Dean sacrificing himself for Sam, and then season 5 ended with Sam sacrificing himself for the world. So those were 2 very good points where it could have ended. They just then proceeded to keep going and repeating the same story over and over again with a bigger and badder guy.
And when I was actually talking to one of my friends who's a Supernatural fan, she says it should have ended a long time ago, but they keep rehashing the same storyline to make and just changing up characters with it because both been to hell.
That's literally just what I just said. Yeah.
So why do it again and again and again and again until it's boring?
That's why I feel like these shows, because I'm not gonna count back once I know what's gonna happen. Like Supergirl, Flash, Arrow, they're gonna keep rehashing shit.
Yes,
and I blame the licensing rights because a few years ago they had a limit. Here's an example of what happened. We were supposed to have a Suicide Squad TV show.
Oh CW, yeah, an Arrow.
Arrow's
gonna have a tie-in to it.
Yes, but what happened? The movie was made. They had to kill off the Suicide Squad on there. That means Deadshot 2 was killed off. All right, Black Canary got killed off. Second Black Canary, Laurel got killed off.
And that's the dumbest thing, because I'm wondering, don't make, if we're gonna a woman, do her right. Do not give us skin. That's stupid. And it's a waste of money.
I blame Jones for this because he said that fans were gonna get, confused that there's 2 different versions, the movie version and that. And I was like, you fucking wrote comics to where you could explain.
You should know better.
That we know about the multiverse. We had shows before the DC shows had multiverse episodes. We had Fringe, for Christ's sake. They had another Earth.
The point is that people, it's not even the people, it's the people behind it.
Yeah.
Because people are really easy to say, okay, well that one is a different one. And it's easy to explain it to people. People aren't stupid, we're not stupid. I could easily explain to a 7-year-old that's the different version, that's a movie version, and that's the TV version. And they'll understand it.
Yeah.
But it's just how the rights are going.
So let's fast forward. Let's fast forward to this new guy that we have, Warner Brothers, who's saying, "Oh, we're gonna change the policy of no limits." So far, that's not been revealed yet. I'm guessing it might be next year where it takes effect, where we can get more characters on TV that they're not allowed to use. Because there's rumors of a Green Arrow appearing in the DCEU. Nothing. Green Lantern, I heard nothing new. This Batman movie we're supposed to get, all I heard was, Matt Reeves has 2 weeks now. He has 3 weeks before the end of the year to do a rewrite of the script. There's no mention of any casting. We don't know if Ben Affleck is still gonna be Batman because it's he said right now. Henry Cavill Superman is out. Henry Cavill says, he teased that he might not be Superman.
And the sad thing is, Lois Lane actress Amy Adams, which I like to call her only 2 personalities, quit a while ago.
Yeah, no more Lois Lane.
It's unfortunate that they literally it's not even the actresses or actors' fault. It's the people in charge.
Yeah, they don't know what to do.
They don't know what to do. They can't handle the fact that they may or may not have a good thing going because they're trying to play catch up with another studio when they should just do their own thing.
Yeah, but the problem is, look what happened. Justice League happened, and that shit was a train wreck.
Justice League happened.
That was a damn
Justice
train wreck.
League happened. It had some good pieces in it, but most of it was horrible.
That shit was trash.
Yeah, it was trash. Suicide Squad had potential too, but what happened?
That shit was trash.
What happened? He got only 6 weeks. Not even 6 weeks. I heard it was like 3 weeks to write a script.
here's what should have happened, and I'm gonna be honest, okay? Because I didn't like this part of Suicide Squad. Joker at all in it. Okay? Not saying that the Joker was a bad representation. I'm saying I didn't like him in Suicide Squad. He should have been thrown into another movie because I don't care about him. They focused too much on him when they should have focused more on the other characters. And that's the damn truth.
They didn't to where we expected it to be, because the trailers did show he was supposed to be the villain, but it turns out no, it's just Enchantress being the villain. They should have done that way. They should have made it, Joker is a bad guy, not just make him a lovesick puppy. No,
they've changed. They for one, I don't know how well. They took out things that should have shown Joker as he was.
Yep.
Okay, which was him torturing Harley Quinn. There's the truth right there. That's exactly how he is.
Slaps the shit out of her and pees on her.
He doesn't have the ability to really love her.
Yep.
At all. But they've played it out like it did, and that's false for one. And then second, they focused way too much on him for just him being a background character and not either the main villain or one of the Suicide Squad, which wouldn't make sense, but there would be that. So they just focused too much on him, and that was after taking out a bunch of stuff on him anyways. If they really wanted to make that Joker, they should have just made a whole damn new movie and then had done Suicide Squad without mentioning the Joker too much. You still have to mention him with Harley, but you don't have to focus on him as much.
Yeah.
And Lizzy's totally right on it. And the reason I agree with this is because I'm a huge Harley Quinn fan, and this is Joker beat the living shit out of her.
It's even in the Batman animated series how you treat her like shit.
Which is where she first appeared in the Batman animated series, right?
Let me give you an example of terrible abuse. He pushed her out the window because she didn't get the concept of a joke.
Yeah.
What type of dumb? No, he doesn't love her. That's what made the ending so bad, was when he took her, let's go home. Why? So he can beat her.
Here's another one. Here's another one of it. Where he had a bomb all over Gotham City that was going to destroy everything. He was going to leave her behind.
Yeah, he doesn't care about her.
No, he just knows how to manipulate her.
Not in the way that they made it appear like. The only way he cares about her is that she is a loyal follower and will always be there for him. And that's about as much as he cares about her. And that is the truth.
Another henchman.
And that is why Suicide Squad failed, because they tried to make it into something that they're not. Yeah. And they didn't spend enough time on what they actually should have focused on. Instead, they focused on a character development that wasn't needed in the show.
And that's
in this movie.
That's what I'm scared about with the TV shows, is because you already got an out-of-place character, because Arrow being Batman, essentially. What else are you going to possibly do when you introduce either new character to the shows? Because I'm not looking at the same shit with a new skin on it. I'm just saying that right now.
So, what I would have liked for Arrow is how Oliver acted in the crossover event. That's how I would like Arrow to how I would like him to act the entire time.
I will keep you updated when the season comes back next month. See if there's any changes at all. If there's no changes at all, I'm gonna guess it's gonna take effect during the Crisis on Infinite Earth.
I feel like he should have some changes.
Yeah.
He should have some
small
changes after that.
Like we can see it, but then
like,
we'll see a full
similar
change
to how
after
because
Crisis
he was being very.
You don't need him to be super duper happy like
overly happy like Barry.
We need
but
a balance.
We would like him to be a balance between happy and serious, because that would feel more accurate.
Yeah.
Because even Barry isn't overly happy. This man is depressed most of the time. God damn, he really is.
Yeah, but it works. It works. It works though, because they still keep him lighthearted, because he is a lighthearted character that makes jokes. They just don't cut it back, the seriousness that he has and the trauma that he has, because it's there, but you also know that overall, Barry Allen's the happier character.
They don't Spider-Man essentially.
Yeah.
But
I think that might be. Did we have any more questions? Any more comments about the?
I think we covered everything.
Yeah.
I think we did.
All I know is that Crisis on Infinite Earth is gonna be emotional.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Because if people
Yeah.
read the comic, they know why. Barry's death was really sad. Kara's death too. And then the whole thing is just, just think of DC's little old Infinity War, pretty much.
Essentially.
Yeah. Overall, like, I'm excited to see Batwoman. They're gonna start filming in April, probably to get a fall release or summer release of a miniseries like they did with Black Lightning. Have it on the air when all the shows are gone, and then Crisis is gonna be, I don't know, I think it's gonna take half the seasons of all the shows.
I'm just.
So
really-
I like Black Lightning from the first season, and I have to watch the second season still. But
I don't like Black Lightning at all.
oh, well,
So let me throw this in before we ended everything. Bruce Wayne can't work as a supporting character in Batwoman. Like, give him like
doesn't mean they won't try it.
Yeah, I'm saying well
It
they
just
won't try it,
shouldn't.
but just an idea out there.
Hey,
like
y'all saw Titan.
how they did with Clark Kent. You know, put
They're
him
not
in
gonna
there,
do that.
But they're not gonna do that because Bruce Wayne's way too big right now, which would be on there,
Mhm.
and it's just gonna be an overshadow. That's why they didn't have him on Arrow, because it's just gonna overshadow everything. It's good to just have these teasers. So Phantom, go ahead and end it off.
Thank you guys so much for watching this Elseword podcast. Don't forget to like. It really does help out the channel. And we will see you guys next time.
Bye bye.